Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello. Whew, okay, so I'm a little late. My bad. Okay, so we're gonna get started, okay? Welcome to my live, everyone. I'm Charlene. Welcome to Charlene Speak. If you are new here, what I do on my channel is I do numerology, I decode, and I bring channel messages to bring clarity, confirmation, guidance, and awaken you to the truth about self and this reality. Okay, that is my attention on this channel. My goal, my target audience are the neophytes. Who are the neophytes? The chosen one. But whoever come across my video, that means you are ready to awaken to the truth. Okay, so you are welcome as well, not just the neophytes. So now that we have the intro going, let's get started. Okay, so before I get started on my channel message, I want to tell you guys what happened. So I told you guys I was going to speak for the very first time at church, which I did yesterday. I was a little nervous, but I got through it. I got through the message and I shared with them my vision. But it was okay. I'm going to keep doing it. I actually enjoy talking in front of an audience of people. I just gotta get comfortable. I was comfortable, to be honest, even though I was nervous. It was kind of hard to explain. It kind of has to do with this message on why I was still feeling. I was experiencing nervousness. I'm going to explain that to you guys. But however, it went well. I'm going to continue to do it because this is actually my calling. Hey, Ari, I see you. Okay, so if you guys comment down below, I'm not going to see your comment till after I'm done, okay? That's just the rule of the lives, because I get distracted very easily. So, based on the channel message, I said on the title, it says, do you know the spirits that's attached to you? Do you know the spirits that's attached to you? So, I'm going to explain to you guys what all this means when I say, do you know what spirits are attached to you? Okay, what are spirits? Okay, spirits are the non physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character of the soul. What does that mean? Well, spirits are non physical. You can't see them unless you are tapped in, a shaman, a psychic, whatever. Then you can be able to see spirits, right? So it's a non physical entity, particle, energy, vibration that manifested itself from a person's character, a person's soul, or a person's emotion, okay? So it manifests itself to a non physical entity, okay? That is what a spirit is when I'm referencing in this channel message. The different types of spirits are the spirits of negativity, spirits of anxiety, spirits of hatred, spirit of jealousy, spirit of envy, spirit of fear, spirit of phobias, spirit of sadness, spirit of projection, those who project, spirit of the unclean, those have you ever noticed that there's people that have a very dirty home, they have a very dirty appearance, most likely they have a spirit on them, okay? Spirit of the unclean, spirit of worry, spirit of people pleasing, spirit of sexual desires, spirit of panic, spirit of shame, spirit of regret, um, or rejection, spirit of embarrassment, spirit of shyness, spirit of I don't know what did I know about that. This is a lot of spirits, okay? But I wrote, this is just an example. This is a lot, okay? These are just an example. So, what I found out, you guys, remember what I said that I'm going to reference the story again. In the Bible, the Garden of Eden, we know that Adam and Eve, before they ate the apple, they were living very blissfully. They were living very happily. You know, they was eating fruit. They were naked. They were just living life. And did you know that they were actually happy? Like, they didn't have no worries, they didn't have stress, they didn't have none of these emotions and like these things that we deal with. They didn't have none of those things. They were living in bliss. That was stated in the Bible. That was what God intended us for us to live in, like live. The Garden of Eden was supposed to be heaven on earth, right? He wants to create heaven on earth, but not just you know, create the physical manifestation, but also within you. That's what people tend to forget. It was within you first and then outside. Okay. So knowing that these spirits exist, apparently, what I found out, we are not meant to be feeling nervous. We're not meant to be feeling anxiety and negativity and hatred. And people normalize that because that's how it always been. But that's not where it started. Like our beginnings wasn't like this. Like Adam and Eve didn't experience this until they ate the apple. Remember, when they ate the apple, they realized that they were embarrassed to a point where they felt what? They felt the spirit of embarrassment, spirit of shame, because they didn't know none of this stuff. Like they was like this living la 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 happy. They were living happy in bliss. But once they ate the apple is what? Good and evil. Once they ate the apple, what happened? Shame, embarrassment, because they try to hide themselves. And then God said, "Why are you hiding yourself?" God knew what they did, but He wanted to ask them anyway. He said, "Why are you hiding yourself?" And they said, "Well, we're naked." And then see, God didn't want them to live in their lower self, because when they ate the apple, yes, they ate something good. They gained knowledge, right, and awareness, but they also gained the lower energy as well, evilness and wickedness, and like lower energy as embarrassment, shame. We wasn't supposed to feel that, but that is what life is about. We were supposed to experience all these things. However, we're not supposed to be that, like live in our lower self. We're supposed to live with good and evil, but as one. I'm trying to help you guys understand. We're supposed to live heaven within us before we can live heaven outside of us, if that makes sense. So when we experience these things, it's not natural. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's actually a non-physical manifestation of these spirits that I'm talking about. Like I literally saw them in my third eye of some of these spirits, like how they behave. Like I saw the spirit of shame and how it interacted with people and how it attached itself to people. Like it literally like goes and they go inside people who may experience that for the first time, and they jump on them, and then they start to live in that the shame. It's kind of hard to explain unless you see it for yourself, but this is something that happens every day. This is something that you may experience yourself. For example, if you ever had sleep paralysis, like you sleeping, for me, I know this happened to me when I was younger. You ever had those scary dreams, or it wasn't a dream, where you felt like there was something in your room, there's something coming towards you, and you try to shut your eyes so quick, like, oh my gosh, go away, go away, go away. And you can't move. You can't move. That's a spirit. And you just thinking that you just had a nightmare and that it went away. It didn't went away. It attached itself to you. Like that sleep paralysis stuff, like when you can't move your body and like you're, you feel like you're dreaming but you're still awake. That is a spirit that attached itself to you. That happened to me when I was younger, where I would experience sleep paralysis. Apparently I had a spirit attached to me of negativity, worry, stress, panic. I had all those attached to me when I was younger. And even growing up, I had to like heal. And there's ways to get rid of it. I'm going to get into it. But right now, I want you guys to understand what this is. You guys don't even realize that it's attached to you, or this is something that occurs. The whole purpose of this is you must be aware of what is you and what is not you. That's the whole purpose. Like what is really you and what is not you. We're not meant to live in our lower selves. And especially, this is how you know if you have it attached to you, when it's like a consistent thing where you experience this. Like, for instance, the spirit of anger. If you are someone who's constantly angry, always angry, like starting being very confrontational with people and just starting arguments, if you even experience that in your life, or there's other people like that, they have a spirit on them, a spirit of anger, like where it's like making them so angry, making them so triggered. It's like it's living within them. It's not something that they're experiencing because somebody made them mad. It's something that they constantly have within them because there's a spirit attached to them, a spirit of anger, rage. You said nah. One time it pulled my leg. Ooh, yeah. One time, like when I was younger, I couldn't move, but I kept shutting my eyes, like go away, go away, go away. I felt a presence. I felt a spirit. Like when I had my sleep paralysis, when I was younger, I used to always have like nightmares, and I just couldn't move, and I just felt it like on me. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I opened my eyes, and then I didn't see it no more, and didn't feel it anymore. So that's how I know it's probably attached itself to me. I don't know. It was just weird. Oh, thank you, Yari. Hopefully, I explained to you guys the best way that I can so that you guys can understand, okay? But the whole purpose of this is to be aware of what's you and what's not you, okay? Like I said, we're not meant to live in this way where we're constantly uncomfortable within ourselves. We're supposed to live heaven within ourselves. Our body is a temple. Our body is a reflection of what God intended us to be, like to live in bliss, to live in like the heavens. You're supposed to live that way. And remember what I said, if you guys follow like spirituality, they believe in the age of Aquarius, the new age, the golden age. We're meant to usher that in, right? This new earth. Before we can usher the new earth, we must represent that. We must vibrate in that. We must be of that caliber. Our mind, our body, our soul must be of the new earth, must be of this golden age. We must be high in vibration. So we can't have, we have to recognize these entities, these spirits, and make sure that you're not attached to it. It's not attached to you, affecting you. This is how you know that you do not have this within you. You are constantly living in bliss. Your mind is empty. You do not worry or stress. Even if you are dealing with something that's stressful, even if you're dealing with something that you want to worry, you don't live in that. Your mind is completely empty. You are calm. You are certain. You are sure. This is like beyond faith. You are certain, you are sure that it will pass. You are certain and sure on what you can do to move to fix it. You figure out, you focus on the goal and the solution, not focusing on the woes me or the troubles. You don't focus on that. You focus on the goal and the solution. Okay, that's what you see. But when you constantly wallowing in sadness and heartbreak and hatred and all that, you're just in that and you're sitting in that, you have a spirit attached to you. Even if you're experiencing it, like you're not supposed to sit with it. Like people may think that you're crazy if you're living in your natural self. People will think that you're crazy because of how happy you are behaving. People who live in their natural authentic self, they live in truth. And I'm gonna go back to the whole truth thing. They live in truth. They live in true, like true bliss and happiness. They just don't care about shame. They don't care about embarrassment. They don't care about what people think of them. They don't allow other people's projection. They can see projection. They are very aware, but they choose to live in happiness. You know how people say, oh, being happy all the time is not realistic. Actually, it is. I know how that sounds. Like we've been taught to believe that it's impractical because like things happen. But even when things happen, you're supposed to be living in bliss, living in happiness. That's the goal. Like what's happening outside of you is happening outside of you, but what's happening within you, you have that control. You have that control of what you allow to affect you. You have that. And that's what people not realizing is like you have to live, it's like you have to, if you to live in God's image, to live in heaven on earth, to live in this new earth, you must represent that mind, body, and soul. And remember when I said that truth is ugly, truth is uncomfortable, truth is gonna make you, all this? That's only, it's only gonna be that way if you don't accept the truth. So I was wrong. Truth is not meant to be uncomfortable and all that stuff. It's going to be only that for those triggers, for those that's not ready for it. Because if you truly accept it, it will not feel uncomfortable. If you truly accept it, you will feel at peace with it. You made amends with it. That's truth. You accept it and you walk in it and you embody it and you express it. Not out of shame, not out of embarrassment, not out of none of those lower energy. You accept it. You made amends with it. You're at peace with it. That is true truth. So I was wrong when I said that, oh, truth could be very ugly and uncomfortable for people. It's only like that if you don't accept it. It's only like that if you don't accept it. I'm just trying to tell you guys. But that's when it comes to truth. That's when it comes to these lower energies, these lower entities. Like, before you can be this new, like this high vibrational being, you must know and recognize these lower energies, these lower spirits. Especially if it's attached to you, you must heal it, and this is how you heal it. Okay. First of all, there's spirits and there's parasites. There's two different things. Okay, the spirits, how you heal the spirit is, one, you have to be aware. I use the acronym I see you, or just the statement I see you. You have to be aware of these spirits and know that, oh, this is not my energy. This is not how I feel. This is not who I really am. Like this is not how I am. I don't behave this way. You have to be aware of the spirits. Even if it's not attached to you, you can be aware. You have to be aware of it around you, your surroundings, your environment, the people that you come in contact with. You have to be aware of it. So that's one way of fighting it. You have to have awareness. That is a goal. Another thing, you need to not feed into it. Okay, so feeding into it, what I also know is about these spirit is like a mental thought, right? A thought that manifests to something non-physical or physical. Okay, it depends on how long the spirit existed within you. Um, so basically, you have to change your mental, like your thought process about this. And the ways to change it, you need to alchemize it. I'm gonna provide you an example. Do you guys know comedians? What they do? Most of the comedians that exist, they turn their pain into like jokes. That's alchemizing it. So you know how pain is there to like work against you, especially if you live in constant pain and strife. It is there to work against you, but if you can use it as power and as strength, if you use it as something that you can use pain as wisdom, you can use pain as power. But for comedians, they make jokes out of their pain. You guys never noticed that? They alchemize it. So that is one way to get rid of these spirits. That's if it's within you or around you, you can alchemize that energy. Another example, rappers. You know how they battle rap, or they do like where they have rap beef. I'm gonna use an example. Of the movie 8 Mile. You guys remember Eminem? I can every time I start to say his name, it sounds weird. But you remember that movie 8 Mile? The part where Eminem was in a rap beef, or a rap battle, and this person was making fun of him, and like he knew that this person was going to try to make fun of him, of his past, his circumstances, his situation, just making fun of him. So what he did in return, he alchemized it, said, "Yeah, I'm all." He accepted the truth, like what they was trying to use against him to make him feel like they was trying to project shame onto him, project embarrassment onto him. But he's like, no, I accept my truth. Yes, this is what happened in my past. This is what happened. Like he accepted, he was rapping against himself, but the way that he did it, it was in a way of like he alchemized hopefully you guys understand. Like if you watch that movie 8 Mile, you know what I'm talking about. That particular scene, what Eminem did, he alchemized the energy of what this person was trying to do. Like it was very very beautiful. Like when I saw that, I'm like, yes. That's why I love rap battles. I don't know why, but I love stuff like that. It requires your mental power. But anyway, so the goal is to alchemize these spirits, exercise these spirits out of you. Basically is to get them out of you. However, parasites are different. Parasites is something that attached to you as well. People think that you get parasite just by the bad food that you eat, like meat that's not cooked. People think that you could get parasite within your body because of that. That's not the only way to get it. You could also get parasites through, like, remember that that sleep ah let me slow down. When I channel. Remember when I said that when I had sleep paralysis, that can also be a parasite that's attached to you as well. So a parasite is the little worm-looking things, or it could be. They come in different forms, but parasites are another form of spirits, but they are worse to me. I feel like they're worse than spirits. Okay, they actually stay in your body and they feed. Okay, what they feed on is the bad foods that you eat and the lower energy that you're in. For instance, let's just say that you're angry, or you're very confrontational, or you're very depressed, you're very suicidal, or you're very sad. They feed off that. They love that. So if you're constantly in that state, you have like a parasite within you that's feeding, it grows and it creates babies and stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. I just being really. I have to tell you guys the truth. Like, I actually saw this in my spiritual eye. Like, it can create stuff. So to get rid of parasites, you have to feed your body healthy foods. That's why you see a lot of people go vegan, vegetarian, um, one of those two. It's out of those two. That's the only way that you can really feed your body high vibe food, is vegan or vegetarian, okay, or plant based. I don't know if this is the same thing. I'm not quite sure. But you have to feed your body with high vibrational food. You have to have high vibrational thoughts. Your body, you have to exercise. You work out. You need to work out. Okay, you guys got to be in shape. Okay, this is how you exercise these spirits and these parasites. Because these parasites feed on negativity, lower energy. It feeds on the bad food that you eat. That is the only way it could survive. The only way to destroy it is feed your temple, your body, with high vibrational food. Feed your body with high vibrational emotions, energies. Surround yourself with high vibrational people, stuff like that. So that will help you to kill off these parasites and to kill off these spirits. The spirits, I feel like, are easier to get rid of than parasites. Parasite, it does take time. It's gonna Things has to break down within your body. It could take months. I think it takes months, not years. But spirits, you could get rid of it very quickly. Like I said, you have to be aware of it with your mental state, and you have to alchemize these spirits. So these spirits are the opposite of you. So just be the opposite of it. That's all you have to be with your mental, your body, and your soul. For instance, if you are someone who's constantly depressed, constantly sad, be happy. I know it's easier said than done for those people who's constantly like that, but find ways to keep yourself in a happy mentality, and you have to keep your mental thought and your mind happy. And there's ways to do that, to keep it in that mental state of happiness and bliss. It's going to take you a while if you are someone who's been living in that lower energy for a while. It's going to take a while, but you can find ways to get you started, like create a routine to help you, okay, to get rid of this conditioning. You can create a routine. And the shamanic practices, it's like rituals and stuff like that to help you exercise it out, but create a routine so that you can be consistent with this routine to help you exercise it out. Especially if you've been living with this your whole entire life, because these spirits can attach to you at a very young age, okay. And and how they can do this is not just by you feeling the emotion of it. It could be also through the trauma that you experience. It could be also through like sexual trauma, abuse. It could be from others projecting on you their thoughts. They are projecting that spirit on you. And especially if you've been living in a lower energy at a very young age, it was easier for them to attach that spirit onto you. Okay, so if you're living in a high vibe, it won't it's impractical, one, and it's impossible for that to happen, because when you're living in a natural high vibration and you're so aware, these spirits can't attach to you, it can't affect you, okay? Sorry if I'm going too fast, you guys. It's like I'm channeling at the same time. So when I channel, I speak very fast. That's something that I noticed. So if I'm speaking fast, like slow down, you guys may have to watch the replay, okay, and then slow down the video. But it's all right. It's got to keep it going. So that's another reason how spirits can attach to you is sexual trauma, abuse, and stuff like that. So some of you guys don't even realize that some of this spirits may have been attached to you for a very long time. Like it developed into like a conditioning within you. A way you think that it is you, but it's really not. So, knowing how to get rid of it, I told you guys how to get rid of it. It requires your mental power. It requires your eating habits. It requires you exercising. Another reason, another form of way, another thing that you can do is dancing. That's something that I saw in a vision, the way of the shamans. They would dance to get rid of the spirits. They were literally dance. But it's a certain way that you dance. Like it's like, you know how we have chakras within us. The chakras is represent a door. Each chakra has a certain dance to it that you do to get rid of any spirits that's attached to you. Okay, and even to heal your body. You can actually use this to heal your body as well if you're dealing with some type of sickness, which sickness is actually a spirit as well. I know it sounds like what spirits like what. You guys, I am a seer. I am also becoming a shamanic high priestess or something like that. That's what been shown to me. So I'm learning a lot about what this is, and I'm learning that there's us in the physical, and then there's a non-physical world that exists that many people cannot see unless you're tapped in. And people don't realize that the stuff that they're dealing with and that they go through is because of this non-physical world. They can't see it, so they don't know. They just think that, oh, this is just normal. We deal with sickness, we deal with all these things. It's not. Okay, there's more to this. Okay, it's not. But yeah. So going back to the dances, dancing away can help as well. Have you guys ever noticed when people say, "Oh, that person has the Holy Ghost" in church, when they'd be like shaking and all that stuff? That ain't the Holy Ghost, child. Oh, that's something like I feel like there's a spirit within you that you're like. I don't know. It's like you're trying to dance it out or shake it off or something, like something like I don't know, but when people have the Holy Ghost and they be like shaking and all that stuff, that's not normal. Holy Ghost don't do that. That's something else. I'm just I'm just kind of keep it 100. Holy Ghost is literally you feel light like a feather. You feel at peace. You don't shake and you don't fall. Like you still can stand on your own 2 feet. You're grounded. Okay, you're very very grounded. So that was an example too. Like when people say, "Oh, when you see someone in church and they be shaking and they be falling and stuff like that," that's not the Holy Ghost. They think it's the Holy Ghost. It's either the spirit can't handle whatever is happening in church and you try to like get back control, or you try to shake it off of you. But that ain't the Holy Ghost. Just letting you guys know that. Okay, so now that we understand what these spirits are, how to get rid of them, and how do you know it's attached to you, this the okay, this is the goal, you guys. Yeah, it's a heavy ass spirit because I see a lot of people in church that claim that they have the Holy Ghost, and they be doing all that stuff, and I always find it odd because I'm like, I experienced the Holy Ghost before, and it wasn't that. I didn't do all that. It was if I felt at peace. I felt light like a feather. I felt assured. I felt certain. I felt confident. I don't know how to explain it, you guys, but you literally feel light like a feather. And you don't. I don't like that shaking stuff. I'm like, what is that? It just sounds. It just. It. That's not the Holy Ghost. That's something else. I'm just saying. But yeah, the purpose of this, you guys, is to help you guys be aware. You have to gain awareness. The second thing is, not only you have to gain awareness, you have to basically ascend your mind and body and soul. This is the way of the shaman, the way the Egyptian was talking about. This was even in the Bible. Okay, like we're meant to learn how to have a high vibe mind, a high vibe body, and a high vibe soul. Because this new earth cannot come in until we learn how to do that. And remember, I told you this Jesus Christ person is going to be the teacher, is going to show us the way on how to do that. Okay, this person is going to be the example, because this person is going to be the first person to do it. And once this person do it, that's when the new age come in. That's when the golden age come in. That's when the new earth, heaven on earth, is going to come in. This person has to do it first, because this person has the key to do it, has the knowledge, has all of it. And that's when us, people like us, the Neophytes, the chosen ones, the people of this world, is going to follow suit, because this person is going to teach us. Okay? So that's the whole purpose. We have to have a high vibe mind, high vibe body, high vibe soul. We're not meant to live in our lower selves. So hopefully you guys understand today's message. Hopefully it wasn't all over the place, because I prepared for this, like for this live, and it was doing my preparation. It was so much better and organized, but doing the live it felt like all over the place, and I'm like But I will get better at this, you guys. I will. So I'm not tripping. But hopefully you guys understand this message. I do have another message to get out to you guys today. That won't be till 1 o'clock today Eastern time. It has to do with the Prohibition Act. This one isn't too deep. It's more about awareness as well. Okay, so stay tuned for that message today at 1 o'clock. Hello, man. Hello, Yari. Let me go back. No, every time I go to church, it was the low key wicked people do the neighborhood doing the most. So I believe it. Yes, I'm like I just never understood. I never understood it before I got into like I tapped into my gift like this deep. I never understood when people did that. I always watched them like, what is this? Like, what's overcoming them? What is that? They said, I said, why is this the Holy Ghost making you feel out of control? I don't feel like it's supposed to do that. I never knew. I never felt that was the Holy Ghost. I felt it was something else, not something demonic, anything. It just felt like they were like struggling within themselves. That's a heavy ass. They're shaking off. This is extremely important to know. Thank you, Gary. Hi, Latina. I think this person probably already left. Me all of a sudden. Hell no, I'm going fruitarian today. Girl, me and you both. Like, I have to, like, feed my body. Well, I'm vegan, but I have relapses, so I can't really. But right now, I am definitely vegan. Yari's so funny. She said, please, they make me so icky. The parasites, yes, I know. Yep, knowing that certain behavior are being egged on by forces outside of me definitely motivates me to fix them even more. Yeah, you guys, it's not us. It has to. You have to keep your mind in a high vibration. Like even like again, you guys, it's easier said than done, especially if you been conditioned into a certain way of living and a certain way of being. It's going to be, not hard. it's all about discipline. I don't believe it's going to be hard. You just have to have discipline, and you have to create routines to help you. But a lot of people think that they are a certain way. They say, "Oh, that's just how I always been," and not realizing it's not them at all. It's something else attached to them. Everything has a reason, everything has a why, and everything has a root. Okay, it comes from somewhere. Yes, we have the traditional doctors, but we also have doctors that knows the traditional route and the non-traditional route. The shamans, they are actually doctors. They know about the spirit world. They know about the body. They know how to heal the body. That is the shamans. Oh wow, Yari. That's amazing. Okay, I'm officially vegan. Like after I got this channel message, I'm definitely officially vegan. But I have relapses when I ate dairy products. So that's why I'm like, oh, because I guess I was vegetarian for a little while. Because that's vegetarian. Like they don't eat meat, but they eat dairy products. Okay, so vegan, they don't eat meat or dairy products. They eat straight veggies and fruits. Okay, so that's something that I'm going straight fully on is vegan. Straight fruits and veggies and learning how to create dishes, recipes using that. But yeah, fully vegan. Because my temple will be high vibe. Will be high vibe. And I know, like, I feel like many of you say, "Oh, I love meat." Trust me, you guys, I love oxtails. Okay, so I understand, but it's all about discipline. It's all about like how do you respect yourself? You got to respect your temple. You have to, because your temple, it cannot so like be in its best self, its natural potential, if you feed it meat. And not trying to create shame. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just giving you guys the truth. This is the reality. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, this person's vegan. They try to turn me vegan. I'm not trying to do anything. You have free will. You have a choice. I'm just bringing you the truth when you are vegan versus when you're not. What happens, what you're feeding, and what you're allowing in. There could be a duality with that. You could be like, I'm sure you can find ways with that, but we're not meant to eat meat. It keeps you in a lower state because if you guys think about it, think about the animals that die. Animals has emotions. Animals have thoughts. And whether you want to believe it or not, they have the same emotions as we do. They have this. They can think as they can think. Just because we don't understand them, doesn't mean that they don't. So what happens when they die? They die very traumatic. Okay, so when they die, we eat their flesh. Basically, we're eating their flesh. We're eating their body. What do you think we're consuming? What everything that they experience, everything all the way up to their death. That is what we're consuming. What are we feeding within our temple when we're doing that? Our lower selves. That is what we're feeding. I'm just being honest with you guys. Just keeping it real. That is what we're feeding. If you are want to feed your soul, you gotta feed yourself high. If you want to just feed your body just to like run for the day, whatever, you're gonna feed yourself meat and bad stuff. That's how I tell you guys. You won't. You guys may not understand now, but you will once you become aware of it for yourself. I'm just the teacher. I'm just explaining to you guys what this means. You have to gain the self-awareness for yourself. Because those who gain the self-awareness are going to piece the dots very quickly. Like, oh my gosh, like I remember this, I remember that. So that's why. But those who just not aware, they're not going to see it. This is like, nah, until they experience it. And then they're going to realize it. It's just not your time yet. Man, so I'm gonna eat lions now because, well, yeah, you can be, you think you're gonna develop their strength and all that. It doesn't work that way. You also are eating their death, like when they died, everything that they felt up to their death. fear, sadness, pain, all that. That is what you're feeding. Yari. Yari said God is watching you eat the lion. So that's why a lot of people do go vegan and eat and feed their body. But that's the purpose, you guys. Mind, body, soul. High vibe. I got a missed call. I'm trying to figure out who called me. Okay, I'm back. All right, you guys. That was the message. I will watch the replay. If I did forget to mention something, then I will come back on. But I think I explained everything. You got to keep your temple, your mental, your temple, which is your body, and your soul high. You got to feed your soul. So that's like positive thinking, being optimistic. That's your feeding your mental with high vibrational things. Being optimistic, being positive, um, thinking about the goal and the solution rather than what's working against that. So focus on the solution and the goal, like not with the negativity, the projection, what if, doubt. Don't focus on that. Focus on goals and solution. That's how you feed your mental. When it comes to your temple, which is your body, again, exercising, dancing, especially if you're a professional dancer, but do some type of exercise. You don't have to be like a gym rat. You can like do little exercise workout. Add that to your routine. Also what you eat, that can feed your temple. Your soul is enlightenment, wisdom. That's how you feed your soul, wisdom. You have to enlighten your soul so that it can ascend and grow. Okay. Me all of a sudden an angel. Do you guys see my halo? Apparently I have my halo. That's something I saw. So that's how you can. These are just examples. You guys will know what to do, what works for you. Just create a routine, or ritual. They like to say in the shaman way. Just create a routine. That's the best way to help you. So again, it's a journey, not a destination. Remember that. Don't rush it. It's a journey, especially if you've been conditioned to live a certain way that was working against you. It's a journey. Just create a routine. That's the first step. Okay. Well, the first step is awareness. And then the second step is, okay, let me create a routine to get these spirits away. And not just like get the spirits away, but also recognize your environment and the people that you connect with. Like, know what you're dealing with, especially if you're dealing with spiritual attacks. Know what you're dealing with and how to move accordingly. This is going to help you with that as well. All right, I'm leaving it here, you guys, because I feel like I'm just talking, and you guys like, oh. But I'm gonna leave it there. Peace.